Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Bunch of Idiots podcast. My name is Jude, and I'm here once again with Ian and Tyler.
What's up?
What's up?
Hello. All right, so as you may have noticed, Tyler wasn't in the last one. Could you have any reason? Yeah, you have an excuse before we fire you, or
Not an excuse, but I've got a reason. My panda that I stole from Germany died, actually.
Oh, okay. All right, that's very sad news.
You know, that's why I don't fucking rely on the Germans for my fucking pandas, dude. Those things die every like 5 minutes.
German
it's like
pandas, they're not
Third
nearly
Reich.
as resilient.
They only last like 6 years.
Only.
It's
Fucking all those genetic experiments during
Dude,
World War II.
That's longer than any of my children, though. I can't keep a kid alive. I swear to God, I don't know what it is.
You know, I think that's one of the hardest things that a person can do, because like kids, they just want to kill themselves. It's just constant, like they want to die. Because
honestly, though, they actually act like death is the only option for them.
all these teenagers are like, oh, I want to kill myself, but that's just their nature, okay?
Yeah,
See, it starts when they're kids.
Well, I mean, according to Freud, there are several stages to being a child, and one of them is the dormant suicide stage. You have the oral stage, the anal fixation stage, my favorite stage, by the way, and then you've got the phallic stage. But then the stage nobody talks about is that dormant suicide stage.
Dormant suicide stage.
Yeah,
very
dangerous. and then don't you have that one? Wasn't you experience anal stage as a little kid and then as an elderly person, because when you're elderly you can't get a boner, and so the only pleasure you get is from excretion. It's a thing.
It is a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 100% a thing. And so is the fucking lifespan on those fucking German pandas.
God, the German pandas are the worst. In all honesty,
very disappointing.
Yeah, man.
All right, so to go ahead and move on to our next issue. I have a question for both of you.
What's that?
Actually, it's going to follow up into the next question as well, but that doesn't matter right now because I'm asking the first question, not the second question. So the first question is, what is your favorite food?
Oh, dude,
and
why? That's an easy one for me. You know, I gotta go with the good old fashioned Italian dish, spaghetti meatballs.
All right.
Mine would have to be sushi.
Sushi.
Actually, you know what?
Sushi's
Yeah,
good.
I think I'm gonna have to. I don't know. You think it'd be unethical to put spaghetti sauce on like a California roll?
I think I would actually kill you if
that's
I saw
gross.
You do that.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, actually, hold on. It depends on
not
what
only
kind
are
of-
you desecrating
No,
the traditional Italian dish, all right, you're also sitting there and you're just giving a big fuck you to all of Asia.
Okay, but who doesn't do that on a daily basis?
I don't know a single person who doesn't, to be honest.
Yeah, so Ian, I think you're the one that's out of the norm here.
You know what, Jude? You flip-flopped on this subject.
I know. I was thinking about
want,
it, but I
for the
of all the
record,
people I know, which is like 3, all of them
all
dip their
people.
Chinese food in spaghetti sauce.
Wait, hold on. Who is there besides Ian and I?
Yeah, it's Chinese food.
What other person do you know?
Did you not hear about that? They changed race.
They changed race. No,
Yeah, I heard it on
the
IGN.
Ethnicity. It wouldn't be race. They're all Asian.
Wait.
Yeah, well, it's racist, so shut the fuck up.
No,
so did
not.
some dude in Japan become Mexican one day? He's like, you know what? I'm Mexican now.
No.
All right. Anyway, so now that we have that out of the way.
Well, you're not even gonna ask why.
Yeah, and Jude.
No, I don't care anymore.
And you didn't say your favorite food.
So
no,
when
shut the fuck.
somebody
no.
cooks
What's your
favorite food, right?
No, what is your Jude? What is your favorite food? Stop. What is
your favorite food?
My favorite
You didn't even
food?
give that.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite food is spaghetti and meatballs, of course.
Of course.
But yeah. So, and then when people cook your favorite food, is there a specific way that you like them to do it?
All right.
And also,
All right.
what is the worst way that anybody has ever messed up your favorite food?
Okay, Ian, I gotta take this one first, if you don't mind. All right.
Go ahead.
The Tyler Maybe recipe for spaghetti meatballs, and the best way to prepare it, objectively speaking, is you make it in a crock pot, right? You cook that shit for 8 hours, so the noodles get nice and tender, the sauce bubbles, it's all great. But then the kicker is, when you get it out of the crock pot, you throw about 2 spoonfuls of sour cream into the sauce, okay? And you might be thinking, what is he doing, But it works. But the worst way to do it is if you try and do that shit al dente, It's like, you're like, hey, let me put some salt in here. No, you don't do it al dente. You gotta cook it classic style, then you got to throw some sour cream in there. And one time my mom made it al dente, and I had to throw it down the stairs. You know, that's the only thing you can do in that situation.
Right. Okay. My
You know-
computer just went to save screensaver. Hold on. What the fuck?
This is the start of the many
It's fine.
technical
It's a great start. I mean, well, it's you should be used to them by now. They're just gonna keep happening. All right. So now moving on to Ian. What about you? What is the worst way anybody has ever messed up your favorite food, and how do you like it cooked normally?
Sushi. Fuck. The
Well, not-
worst
I say
way
cooked,
anyone
but-
has ever messed up my food.
Like, have you ever eaten at a shitty sushi restaurant or something?
I mean,
they give you food
who
poisoning,
hasn't,
you threw
though?
up for 24 hours, then
There-
you...
That's true. We don't
Yeah.
live in a culture where there. We live in the United States, and for those of you outside the United States, you know that one guy in England that I paid to watch or listen. To
I was about to say we've got like 4
Yeah.
viewers, and one of them's in like
Yeah, exactly,
Uganda.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check
For
that
those
once
of
this
you,
goes
if
up.
you guys aren't in the United States, our Asian cuisine, our sushi here, is either really good or really bad. There's no middle area. There's no like meh sushi. I guess California rolls are the only thing that's like meh. And I would have to say like the worst sushi I've ever had was probably in Texas, and it was an all-you-could-eat buffet.
Oh, that's already
and-
bad.
No, that's
Yeah.
okay. You can't have sushi at a buffet. It's not possible.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's-
actually terrifying to eat sushi because not only is all the sushi open air, it's raw food or it's raw fish. It shouldn't be left out for that long, and you know a little shit-faced kid, wiped his ass, didn't wash his hands, and then went and touched everything in there because that's what I used to do.
Yeah.
It's just the logical thing that you do at all-you-can-eat buffets is you take a shit, you have shit fingers, and then you touch everything, and then you dip your hand in chocolate, and you let that harden,
Oh,
and then you eat it.
dude,
That's-
dude.
Golden Corral is the worst place on earth. You know the chocolate
Golden
fountain they
Corral
put
is
in a couple
absolutely-
years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I was on the swim team, Ian, as you know, and so every year at the end of it, we go and we go to Golden Corral as a team, as a tradition. And
That's
so
shitty tradition. I'm
I
sorry.
s- it is. It kind of is because we're supposed to be in shape and we're going to Golden Corral. But of course, I was a vegetarian at the time, so all I ate was spinach leaves and ice cream.
I mean, it's like sending the Olympic
Oh.
track team to fucking McDonald's after if they win the gold cup.
And anytime we discuss like food, and you being a vegetarian, it always reminds me of our eating competition in Olive Garden. Like
you
that
beat
was
me by
majestic.
one breadstick. That made me really sad.
One breadstick.
You
Can
know
we
what?
get
One
some,
You know what?
breadstick.
When I
we get
when
some
I come down
context
there,
to this.
Okay. Let me. Ian, do you want to take it or can I take it?
You take it. Go ahead.
Okay, so, I had gone up to from Miami, to go to homecoming with my girlfriend Anna.
Okay, hold up. You need to
What?
We can't have in this.
Wait, why?
I'll
we ca-
replace it with the duck noise. Move
oh,
on.
my bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I totally forgot.
Here. I'm
You've
gonna
also
clap.
said your full name, so it's
That's
fine.
totally fine. I don't care. People can know my
Yeah.
name. What are they gonna do? Kill me? Good.
You just,
Good.
just-
Take
Here,
take
hold
me
on. I'm gonna
out.
write down like 9 minutes. Okay, we need to not have all the editing tips in here. Go on.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. So I went up to Anonymous Place, and, I was meeting up with my girlfriend, Duck Noise, and, we went to the beach with Ian and his girlfriend, Duck Noise the second, the inferior of the, and so we went to Olive Garden after the beach because we were really hungry. But we didn't want to pay a bunch of money for food, and we weren't super hungry, so we were like, what can we do to get around this? And what happened before we went to Olive Garden, actually went to some restaurant, and I spilled an entire glass of iced water all over the table and all over Ian and his girlfriend. And then, the waitress came by, and she's like, oh, it's all good, you guys ready to order? We were like, give us a second. And then as she was walking away, I spilled a second glass of iced water that she had just replaced the first glass with. So we made the executive decision as Ian and I, not the other two because they were babies about it. We made the executive decision to get up and leave without saying anything at all.
we got free water.
We got free lemons. That's the important
Oh
part
yeah,
there.
that's the important part of the story.
Yeah.
Moral of the story, kids: go to the beach and just spill water everywhere, and you get
Free
water.
lemons. And sugar packets. I took at least 4
don't-
sugar packets with me.
I don't know what you
Anyways,
think
continue.
you're accomplishing by spilling water at the beach, but you know you can
No,
go
well,
for
this
it
is
anyway.
that, like, because we were at Coco. I just said the name of the beach. We were at a beach.
Coconut is good.
Coconut. It's a
Fruit.
delicious beach. It's a delicious beach. The sand.
There goes the
tastes like
screensaver again.
coconut flakes. No, but so we went to we went to Olive Garden and we ordered just breadsticks, and then the other two got appetizers, and Ian and I were just shoving breadsticks in our mouth. And what's bullshit about Olive Garden now that it didn't used to be was that they charge you for the Alfredo sauce, which is extremely disappointing.
Yeah.
It's like, what was it, Ian? Like $3.50 for a little bowl of it?
It was like $3.99 per thing of sauce. It was actually like hell.
Yeah, and around breadstick 6, Ian and I both started slowing down a little bit. But what happened is Ian got a second wind, and I just didn't, for some reason. And so he moves on to like breadstick 10, and I'm still on 7. I'm like, all right, hold on, I got to do this the right way. So I get 2 breadsticks, dip in water, shove my mouth, and I'm chewing on them for like at least 10 minutes. And it just went on like that. And Ian, you want to talk about the palate cleansers for a second?
Was it where we took the lemons and we completely dumped them with sugar, and then we like ate them whole almost.
I don't know about you,
think-
but I
think
swallowed
that's-
one. Like
I think
peel
that's
and
the
all.
opposite of a palate cleanser.
Well, I mean, it's like ginger. Ginger's gross. Nobody likes it, but like, it's a palate
Oh
cleanser.
yeah.
Well, no, I mean like the whole thing is to get rid of flavor, and you just added 2 unique flavors to your mouth at the same time. That's like saying fucking vanilla extract is a palate cleanser. Like, it just doesn't work.
You eat something really bad for dinner. You go home. You're like,
Oh, that was gross. Let me get my
some
palate cleanser. You fucking chug a bottle of vanilla
Vanilla
But
extract.
legitimately, vanilla extract tastes like actual garbage.
It's
You know what
if you
you know
drink
what
it
I
raw.
heard? It can make your house smell good if you put it in the microwave.
Oh.
what? That sounds
Yeah, if you, like-
dangerous. Are
No,
you
if
trying
you
to
take,
blow up
like,
my
a-
house, Jude?
Maybe, but hear me out here. I need to tell you how to do it first. So
Okay.
you take the cap of it, and then you fill it with vanilla extract, and you put it in the microwave for like 3 minutes, and then
Fuck.
it'll make your house smell like vanilla.
I don't believe this.
I feel like if I Google this, I'm gonna see kid blows up house vanilla extract.
Kid joins ISIS.
Yeah,
Sends
That's
video.
how they- that's-
terrorist, bomb technique. Vanilla extract.
That's how they
found to be
figured out the vanilla
extremely
extract
dangerous.
was flammable. So
What, like some kid went on Omegle one day and he ran into a terrorist and they're like, hey kid, you got any vanilla extract? He's like, yeah, why? They're like, put that shit in the microwave. It'll
Bring
make
that
your
on the
house smell great."
plane. Yeah.
If it's under 3 ounces, wait, 3 or 4? 3 ounces, right?
it's 3.
Yeah.
It's 3.
Okay, whatever. 3, 4, 8.
I mean, vanilla extract is under 3 ounces most of the time. So
Yeah.
Dude, my
you
mom
could
gets
do
like
Jude-
gallons
Jude,
of vanilla extract.
I don't know if you're ever gonna be curious, and I apologize for cutting you guys off, but Jude, I don't
What
know
the
if you're gonna
fuck?
be curious
What's wrong with you?
on this trip to Europe that we're gonna take. I don't know if you're gonna be curious whether or not you can bring back alcohol or anything like that. And I've done extensive
I'd assume
research
not,
into.
right?
yeah,
Well,
I would assume
Technically
not.
speaking, if he were to have an adult claim that they had 1 bottle or whatever with them, he could bring it. But that requires him to have an adult to do it.
So I couldn't
at the same
fill
time, it-
my suitcase with
With alcohol, you just get a bottle of whiskey, you pour it in your suitcase, you like ring it.
No,
out.
I don't fill
you-
it
you-
with the bottles. I just pour it in there.
That's what I'm saying. You pour it in there, and then when you get home, you get like a trough, and you wring out all your clothes, and you wring out the whiskey into the trough.
I'll just soak my socks in alcohol and just put it in there. I'll try.
you
I'll,
gotta get some
I'll
of that sweaty
smuggle
foot
it.
juice, dude.
Sweaty foot juice.
Oh,
Ugh.
Sweaty
dude.
foot
Okay,
juice.
look. What
That's
you
how they make
can do,
wine.
however, is when you go through customs, you claim what is in your baggage, what's on you, yourself on
Yeah.
on a little computer. And if you claim 1 bottle of whatever on that, you might be able to get away with it.
Well, I could certainly try.
You could certainly not.
I'm gonna print myself a fake ID, so if it goes south, I can just blame it on like Harrison.
Harrison? You're
Yeah,
gonna
Harrison.
blame it on Harrison.
For all of you guys that don't know
For those of you
Harrison,
who don't know,
Harrison's
the
our
one guy
childhood friend.
I've
Can
made
we
in
can we
England.
can we make a note to flash that picture of Harrison and I with me in the Speedo and him shirtless? Can
We need to
flash that
find
up
the
on
most
screen?
disgusting picture of Harrison.
That is
on my Instagrams.
Exactly. It's on Harrison's too.
I think I have it on my computer.
Then let's make a note. Flash it at about 15:35. keep it up keep it up for the rest of the podcast.
I will try my hardest.
Which means you're not going to do it.
Yeah, you can't try. You have to do and you have to succeed, or else no point.
Have you? Okay, hold on, Ian. If that was true, Jude's life would be going much differently right now.
What?
I feel like you don't understand how it is going.
Yeah.
I'm aware. I've heard the stories.
I have one class with Jude, all right, and
That's
all
all right.
he does in that class is hibernate in his chair. Okay, I'm not even kidding. It's not even comfortable sleeping conditions. Okay.
He's like
It's
laying
not even
upside down.
That's my
Dude,
superpower. I
it's not
have
even like
the
a
ability.
warm room. It's nothing like that. And the teacher is high pitched as hell and is constantly talking.
Are you talking about
Okay.
who?
No, it's
Wait,
Miss George. She's
Mrs. George.
computer science teacher.
Yeah, you would.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to
Terrible.
stop name dropping. This is
We
bad.
do. This is bad. Like
that's
it's hard to get used to.
You know, I'm probably just gonna leave all of them in anyway.
I am.
What
including
like
claps.
one of the
No,
three
I'm
people that
including
watches the
claps in my audio
podcast is
where
going
you
to be
need
a
to go and do
serial
stuff.
killer?
Yeah, I'm writing timestamps down.
Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, what's gonna? I bet you that Ugandan guy. It's gonna be like
Yeah,
Captain
he's
Phillips.
gonna,
He's gonna
like,
come to
hack
the U.S.,
into-
kill
Yeah.
everybody that we've
Undercover.
named so far.
Oh, Harrison.
Where are you
Har-
at? Go
Harrison.
Kill Harrison. His
Yeah.
address is
So, are you still dating that girl?
me.
Yeah.
No, I broke up with her like 2 days ago.
Jesus. So is that chick that I saw on your Instagram your new
No,
No?
it's okay. Here's do you want the story behind that? Do you care at all? No.
No.
Okay.
Do I need to?
No, but
Okay.
so yeah, no, I broke up with her, and I talked to Jude about it for maybe 3 minutes because that's about the extent per year that we spend talking about serious things. Like I don't
It's
think you
for the best.
yeah like Ian, I don't think you understand how little Jude and I talk about serious matters.
Yeah.
I've
If
asked
we
I
did,
do.
we'd turn boring.
Cuz Jude doesn't speak about serious things.
well okay
I
here's,
do
here's the
if
thing
you
though.
ask me about
Yeah.
them. I just don't like to bring them up because I think it's a boring topic of conversation.
It
And
is,
that's
but
where
not
we
at not
differ.
at 3 a.m. when we talk about it.
Yeah, that's about all I can mentally handle at 3 a.m. So,
Well, if that, I mean, we're playing League of Legends. It's 3:35. We're both basically drunk, but not really, and
Yeah.
it's a bad time.
we've
in
got the
general.
right chemical feel.
Jude,
Yeah.
no.
Yes. Yes,
What?
Elder.
I don't understand how you can coast through life the way you do.
What do you
It's
mean?
very easy.
Jude and I both do the same thing. I
It's
just give a
very
shit about
easy.
anything. It's so
Yeah,
easy.
just don't give a shit about anything that doesn't actually matter. Like,
the
for
entirety
instance-
of being 17.
yeah, that's the word. I'm gonna forget this year of my life.
You're
I
gonna
move on?
repress it deep in your mind.
You're
gonna
gonna
repress
forget
it.
it in like literally two weeks.
I'm probably going to. I'm not even kidding. So the day after we uploaded that first podcast, I got my whole table in culinary to listen to it,
Yeah.
and I forgot what we talked about.
And they said this.
And this was the
awful,
day
turn this
after.
shit off.
How
Why
the
am I
hell
listening to
did you-
this?
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, Sophia listened to the whole thing,
Yeah, she
so
did.
I'm
She-
cool. And then
tells me
Well,
about
it was
that.
probably
Yeah.
well, yeah. I mean,
yeah, she said that Ian was annoying. So
ooh,
Yeah. yeah, whatever. I expected that. But anyway, yeah. So I'm probably gonna forget this entire conversation tomorrow.
We have named
probably-
so.
Well, it
many
doesn't
people.
first name basis. You can't find the specific Sophia that I'm talking. It's like
I mean,
fucking,
yeah, that's true. That's
I'm hacking
Yeah.
you. I have found this person on your Facebook, and I'm
Well-
gonna kill them.
Well, and I'm sure there's plenty of maybes in the world. You know what I mean?
Oh, why would you?
He already did it. Don't worry
I
about
already
it.
did it. Just leave it in. I don't care.
Yeah, just
Someone
leave it
wants
in.
to
I'm
murder
gonna
me,
leave
do
it
it.
in.
Oh God.
I realize now that I wrote down 9 minutes, but I have no idea what I'm supposed to do at 9 minutes.
I think. Oh, wait. Was that that?
No, that was the 15 minutes. I wrote down Flash Harrison, 15:35.
Make sure it's a Speedo picture. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on. Go talk about something while I look for it on my computer.
Okay.
Actually,
So
let me get a topic started.
No, I got this one.
Okay, alright,
So,
okay, fine.
we
Just
can
steal the
Ian-
show, fucking dickhead.
Ian,
Alright,
yeah,
go ahead.
That's right. Who controlled? Anyway, so Ian, have you ever seen any of the Alien movies, like the James Cameron?
Any of the no, I haven't actually.
You haven't
I
seen
don't
did you-
watch the Alien movies.
Did you watch those trailers that we sent in the
Like
thing?
you were supposed to?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, thank you.
Well, thanks.
So wait.
I've
Wait.
seen I've seen those though.
You-
I've seen
you-
at least the Golden Circle one.
You know,
Okay,
let's talk about
that's-
Kingsman then.
Yeah.
Is this the
So-
picture that you're talking about
What?
right here? That I just sent it in the wrong chat. But is that the one?
Let me see. Where'd you? Oh.
Right
Well,
there.
Oh
no.
The one of,
No,
of Harrison and I in the
that's fine.
speed. That works. It shows the I think we need to get, as we talk for like 5 minutes, you need to slowly zoom in on the face of that picture. Just
See, what I'm gonna
continually.
do is I'm gonna just flash it really. Okay, I don't need to talk about this right now. So, Kingsman, right?
Kingsman.
The
So,
last movie, the first one, I think. Well, what's the director's name?
I know it. Oh, it was something
Vaughn.
Something.
Yeah.
Vaughn.
Okay. Yeah. Well, him.
So just Vaughn. Yeah.
I'm not sure. See, I apologize
Matthew
if I
Vaughn.
Matthew Vaughn. That's
I
right.
apologize if I don't know anything about anything that I'm talking about right now, but I don't think that he has been a part of very big movies since that movie, like before it.
I haven't seen him in anything either.
Because I, based on personal experience, I have never seen his name on anything huge besides Kingsman.
Yeah.
And I think what he did with the cinematography in that movie and the special effects is like fucking game changing. Like,
Yeah,
it's the Minecraft of the movie world.
It's ushering in a new age.
Yeah,
Of
because like the one, the church fight scene
Oh, that was
was
fantastic.
probably the best scene I've ever seen in any movie. Ha, scene. Ha ha ha.
That's the
and
best scene you've seen in a movie.
Yeah, scene.
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 Song.
Scene.
Scene Privetti, does he go
Private?
to our school?
Does he go to our school? For all of you that don't know, Scene Private, for the one of you out there that's listening to this, is one of our childhood friends. So anyway, and now the entire second movie, like, it looks like they're gonna use a lot more of that type of shot based on the trailer, because they had a lot of like it's like what did I say earlier? It's like quick time in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
do you feel about that?
I love it.
What, like the
Really?
style of scene?
Yeah.
The scene
I really
style.
like it. The scene style. Scene Private.
I like the way that they film the shots and everything like that, and how fluid everything looks. It's just I'm a little skeptical as to how they're going to do, those shots over and over and over again and still maintain originality, because it gets to a certain point
Well,
where
the
like
way
they take something good
Yeah.
and they milk it too much.
Well, the way that they use it,
Yeah.
I doubt that they're gonna do that, because the first movie, I feel like it was kind of like an experiment. The church fight scene that was dragged out because it was a really cool scene. It was an experiment.
Yeah, it was like
kind
a
of.
6
At least that's
minute
what I
scene.
think about it. But what I think that they're going to do in the new movie is they're just going to litter those scenes throughout the movie, but much shorter, and kind of like kind of trying to transition between scenes, if that makes sense. So like, you have some guy like the one where he's jumping out of the car, like that's just to transition between him jumping out of the car and then him landing in a way that looks cool and isn't boring.
Yeah.
So it's just to keep people entertained throughout certain intervals in the movie, is what I think they're going to do with it.
And what I like about it is, okay, so I don't know if you guys, just from the trailer, right? And it's not really the same thing, but the way that kind of the scene, a lot of the problem with action movies, Jackie Chan, he's one of my favorite action directors and, action stars, because the way he films shots, action shots, is that he puts things in frame that would be awkward otherwise. Like, he'll have someone fighting to the left and then a staircase taking up most of the right frame, but then in the next shot someone gets kicked into the staircase. You're like, okay, so that's why that was there. And when he films the punches, it's not the way it is in most U.S. cinema where you've got someone getting punched and then it switches angles right as they're punching to like a side angle so the person can turn their head and make it look real. I think they're doing something really good with this movie in the fact that they're making it look super fluid, and it kind of looks like it's one scene even though a lot of it's going to be cut. So that's what I really like about it. And it kind of reminds me, I don't know if you guys ever saw Birdman.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, the whole movie was cut to look like one continuous shot. And what it really did for me, because the movie, for me, I enjoyed it. It got a little boring at times. I love Edward Norton, but it got a little boring. What I really loved about it is that it really immerses you in it because it feels like you're following someone's life. And I feel like it's going to be the same for certain scenes in this movie where you're following the fight really well and it's not all choppy like a lot of fight scenes are. So
yeah, the thing about that is I was about to actually talk about that is when you have an action movie with a fight scene, I really hate it when the directors decide, hey, let's have 700,000 cuts in this one scene, and we'll just like cut to random. Oh God, actually, I think that they did the fight scenes okay in that show because they kind of just stood away from him and let him do the martial arts.
Which, I mean, I liked it. It was decent. The thing is though, is that I am in love with Daredevil, like the show, the Netflix show. The first season it came out, I was super skeptical, but that hallway scene in episode 2 of season 1 that's always talked about is so great.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like compared to that and even Jessica Jones, it really just didn't hold a candle to either of them as far as fight scenes go. I don't know. I mean, definitely not Daredevil.
Seems like they spent all their money on Daredevil and then just kind of like, hey, let's put this together now.
Yeah, well, because, they're getting ready for Defenders, which is coming out, I think, at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not sure. I'm not really up to date on all this.
Yeah.
But all I know is that I'm behind on Daredevil. I'm like almost at the end of season 2. I finished Iron Fist. I finished Luke Cage. I haven't watched Jessica Jones.
So, Luke Cage. I was disappointed. Ian, did you watch Luke Cage?
I did. I watched it in its entirety. Yes.
What did you think about the final fight scene?
God, that was just the biggest letdown, though.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I feel like Luke could have easily, like, wiped the floor with this guy. And they staged it. It's like one of those scenarios where it's obviously played out to be, a Hollywood moment where, like, the superhero clearly has the upper hand, but he only chooses to use it, once he's getting his ass kicked for whatever reason. And it kind of upset me. It was just like honestly, he could have gone in there, stomped him, and gone out and been completely done with it. But he chose to let himself get his ass kicked, and I honestly, I can't comprehend that. I don't know why. They built up that fight scene the entire season, they're leading to it the entire time, and then it was just a big letdown. So.
I think I mean I don't even know if it was so much I agree with everything you said. I think the even bigger part of it was the fact that they're like, okay, it's set in Harlem. Let's have an obnoxious crowd around both of them being like, yeah. Luke, yeah, kick his ass. It was so stupid. It just made it feel so much less impactful. It was shit, in my opinion. It was bad.
It felt like a World Star video. The majority of it. It was like
the choreographer was like, all right, guys. Listen, you're going to be skeptical here. But
you saw that time when Tyrone beat the shit out of Daquan? We're going to recreate that right now. We're going for that look. All right, and I need it to be fucking spot on. So they pieced apart the video, okay? They're looking through it, and they're like, you know what? We got to have some people shout at them. This is what this fight scene needed. All right. Not only do we have the superhero who's just gotten back with enhancements going to get his ass kicked, just like Daquan, all right, in that fight with,
just like
with Tyrone.
Where he had the cyborg arm.
Yeah. Exactly. We're going to have all the black people around him shout at him and tell him to stop being a little pussy bitch. But they couldn't say pussy because it's Netflix, so, yeah.
PG-13.
They said pussy in Jessica Jones. Several times. Yeah, Jessica
Jones. Well, that's
Jones.
A darker series.
But that's a darker series.
Yeah, but I mean, she would... Yeah, I don't know. I think that the fact that they had such a good viewership on Daredevil and Jessica Jones, they were like, all right, we got to lighten it up to make it even more popular. And okay, never mind, because Iron Fist was fucked. Like, the entire show was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even want to watch that.
Going back to Iron Fist, I think they did the same thing with the final fight scene in that one that they did with Luke Cage, where it sucked.
I don't even remember it. I don't even remember the
final
fight
scene.
scene.
Because the only reason I remember it is because, okay, this fucking dude is like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee had a kid, and then that kid fucked like some other sensei.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, Chuck Norris, whatever, fucking 2008. And then fucking he came back and he's like the god. He's like the god of kung fu or whatever the fuck. And then this fucking businessman is kicking his ass. Like, what the hell? This guy is the Iron Fist. He's he's a living weapon. He never loses, and he's getting his ass kicked by this fucking dead businessman dude from hell. Like, what the fuck?
I thought that I don't want to say the only good character, but I hated the girl. I hated the love interest of Daredevil, Iron Fist, of Danny Rand. I didn't like her. You know, it was interesting. Yeah. It was like, you've got another kung fu girl. She was beating up the Hand, who were trained there. Oh, yeah. Never mind. She was the hand. Never mind.
Makes sense now, doesn't it, cunt?
But, no, still not really, because it's like, I wish she wouldn't have been like, Danny, I'm sorry, I'm not the Hand anymore. I wish they would have kept her with the Hand, because it was just
because she just like broke her entire life's devotion in like one scene.
Yeah, and it was like, you've known this guy for a month. You've known Danny Rand for a month. And then you had like, okay, I do think there was a cool scene though. The one cool scene that I really, really enjoyed was when you had Dead Dude go to after the brother and the sister got kicked out from the company by the board of directors, and you had the one main guy that was, I think, the new CEO. The Dead Dude went up to him. He was like, listen, so, you know, I'm going to kill your whole family in half unless you kill yourself right now. And he's like, don't be preposterous. I would never kill myself. My family would miss me. And he's like, oh, not as much as they miss their dicks. And he's like, I won't do it. And he's like, okay. And then he shot him in the head. He's like, you killed yourself. It was really good.
I mean, if anything, they did good on the choreography.
Yeah.
But I think one of my favorite scenes was the one where him and Davos were escaping the Hand complex, and they beat up like 50 dudes.
Dude, I love Davos. He was the only... I was rooting for him. I was like, kick Danny's ass, drag him back to Kung Fu Land. I forget what it was called.
Kunlun, Tyler.
Kunlun, I'm sorry.
You need to read up on your Iron Fist lore.
You don't even know who Madame Gao
fucking
is, dude.
Nerd.
I don't want to hear
I know who Madame Gao is. She's Chinese lady. She's the Handman. Duh.
Chinese lady Handman.
Chinese lady Handman. Hey. I think they should make a Madame Gao solo series.
She's got force powers.
They should make a Madame Gao solo series named Chinese Lady Manhand. Because like in Daredevil, she hit him with her palm and he went flying. And the opening line of the show should be, I'm Madame Gao and I have the man hand. And then it like flashes back to her punching Daredevil and him just going flying.
She just has like a super buff hand, and then she's like an old lady. It's like
it's not even a buff
she like
arm.
flexes her thumb and she fucking
she destroys. It's like in Kung Fu Panda with like when he touches like his pointer finger and his thumb together or whatever. The whooshy finger hold.
Skadoosh.
The whooshy finger hold. Yeah. And then he's like a lawsuit break out between DreamWorks and Netflix. They're like, you stole it. You stole our move.
Soiled it.
Soiled it.
Dude. Fucking Kung Fu
Panda.
Kung Fu Panda was like the best movie.
Kung Fu Panda 3 was the worst movie.
It
3
was.
is actually...
But the other two were pretty good.
It's an atrocity on par with that of World War III.
World War III?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not
Haven't
getting
you heard about it?
We're not getting into this. No.
Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty, survival mode.
We're not getting into this.
Actually,
like
while I'm on the topic of World War
No!
III, just a funny thing to say.
No.
When you Google search Trump's name, just Trump, you get 931 million results in 0.86 seconds. Okay, and then
If I look up
vice
dick on
versely,
Google
if you-
Images, I'm gonna get
well, no,
5 billion
If
results in
you
half the
Google
time.
search,
What do you...
if you Google search women's rights, you get 37 million results in about 0.97 seconds. Okay, so notice there's a 0.16 second disparity between the two, and there are also somewhere around like 900 million less results for women's rights.
So what you're telling me is that women's rights are slow because all women are autistic and Donald Trump is God.
Okay, listen,
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Jude, you're taking
what I'm
this.
getting from this.
That's not what is happening here. But
What do
while
you mean?
we're,
That's
while,
I'm
listen,
just clearly I'm interpreting.
While we're on the
While
topic
we're
of
on the topic-
autism,
while we're on the
I
to-
find autistic children really attractive.
What?
You know, there's this one time, you know.
No. I'm telling a story now. Okay,
No,
so
no,
there
no,
was
no,
this
no,
one
listen,
time
the-
that my autistic cousin came
God
over,
damn it.
Okay.
and God,
Wait, which one was
she
this? Wait,
she was
What was-
well, no, okay, I have two autistic cousins. Okay?
was this is she as autistic as your sister?
What was she wearing?
I don't remember what she was wearing.
What about what size is your shoes?
Her shoes are the same size as your shoes.
What about glove
I have
sizes?
size 11 shoes.
What-
Those
And
are
I
big feet.
suppose she has size 11.
What about glove
That's-
sizes though? What are we talking?
Oh,
Are
yeah,
we talking
glove-
like
one-
big-
one
Glove
size fits all.
Now,
Big
now
hands,
you're asking
small
the
hands?
hard-hitting questions. God damn.
Oh, you know it's a hard question.
Glove size.
Oh yeah.
I think it was tiny. That's what her glove size was.
Tiny, okay, all right.
Wait, so
Okay,
she
now
has size
continue.
11 shoes, and tiny ass hands.
Yeah.
I thought she had autism, not Down syndrome. Jesus.
Oh god.
Well, anyways, I put peanut butter on my dog, and she licked my dog for a while.
Is that so? Is this the dog that ate the other one, or is this the?
No. It wasn't
What?
the Marmaduke
What?
dog. Okay, it wasn't him. We had a little dog named Janie dog. Okay, and this is
Did Penny
it's a
eat?
Dachshund
that
hound,
one?
or a Dachshund hound.
A-
It's a tiny like a wiener dog.
Oh
Dachshund.
right.
And so I put peanut butter. I put peanut butter on her tail. All right, and yeah.
So to segue from that
Inspiring.
story, really just smoothly and perfectly. So I got really bored in my homeroom
please.
class, and
Oh.
I started thinking about Santa Claus, right? And I
Yeah.
was like, how hard would his job really be? So I was like, okay, how many seconds are in 24 hours? So I think it was like 86,400 or 84,600, one of the two. And I was like, all right, so let me just see how many houses are in Colorado alone. And there are approximately 2.3 million houses. So I was like, all right, let me take the 2.3 million, let me divide that by 86,400 or whichever of the two numbers it was.
86,400.
Okay, yeah, 86,400. And I found that it would take, just for Santa to drop presents off to every house in Colorado, it would take him, well, he would have to do 26.7 houses per second in order to fulfill that. So I was like, okay, now I got to find out what the rest of the world would be like. And I don't remember the exact calculations. It took me like 27 minutes or some crazy shit to do. But I found that he would have to do approximately 1.9 million houses per second for the entire world in order to do it in 24 hours. So if you think about that, if you're doing 1.9 million houses per second and the speed of light is like 3 million meters per second, Santa Claus is just invisible at all times.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, it's
You know, keeping
So
on the
you
topic.
could say that he's a spirit. He's
the spirit of Christmas. Ooh.
Oh, and now we're talking about Christ.
Christ.
I also
Praise
came
Jesus.
upon a realization today.
Praise Jesus!
Guess what?
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 I made the connection that alcoholism is the same
Yeah.
thing as being religious.
Really?
Now, listen to this.
You're,
Listen to
you're
this, okay?
sad, you're lonely, and you don't know what to do with your life.
I mean, you're not wrong, okay? Listen.
You got some
All right,
guy
it's
coming up
it's
to you
a
on the
feeling-
street. He's like, "Give me $20." It's the same thing as when you put the money in the little pot. In the, what do they call it? When you're in church.
In the collection cup.
In the collection
Anyways.
cup, yeah.
Yeah. But listen to this. This was on my run. All right. Okay, so
Your
I'm jogging
fucking
along.
What do you-
2-hour run.
Your 6-year run when we were like, "Where's Ian? We got to do the podcast." He's like, "I'm running, getting some shit out of my system."
I
you
really needed to think about how religion would be just like alcoholism.
Were you shitting
so
while
listen to this.
running, or was that a metaphor?
Technically speaking, you're
hyperbole,
always
Jude?
shitting, Jude.
I thought it was.
But
onomatopoeia.
anyways, alcoholism is the same thing as religion. All right,
Yeah.
think about it this way: religion is a depression.
There we go, folks. Yeah, there we have it.
What did I say? What did I tell you? You're not
Alcoholism
wrong.
is the depression in the mind. Okay, and it
Yeah.
is a feeling of euphoria. Okay, and similarly speaking, so is religion.
I have never been
All right.
euphoric while I thought about religion. The fuck are you talking about?
Well, it's the idea and the concept and the notion. Whereas when you die, you have
No,
somewhere to
no,
go.
no,
All right?
no, no,
In
no,
the
no,
afterlife, you don't have to think about
There is
bad
there is
things.
a bearded man sitting up in the sky somewhere, according to Christianity, that sees our every move. He controls everything. Think about that.
He jacks off on our children.
Think about it. I'm sitting in my room masturbating. And
That's
there's
what rain
there's
is. That's
and there's
what rain is. It's his freaking cum.
It's cum. That's not. That doesn't
Been
even.
proven.
That doesn't.
Dude,
bother
God
me.
has plant babies. Holy shit. He makes the plants grow. That's how it works.
He makes a plant.
Plants are cum.
We figured it out. We
Plants are
figured
cum.
it out.
That's the title of this
Figured it
podcast.
out.
That is
Wait,
the title of this podcast.
Wait,
Plants
wait,
are cum. That's the
wait.
title.
I just had an epiphany. Wait a minute. All right, so
Wait,
if he
you're
makes
Homer
the
Simpson?
plants grow. Yes, I'm Homer Simpson. I'm Homer Simpson. I'm Homer Simpson. I have a kid. I have another kid. I have another kid. I have a shitty wife with blue hair. All right? You
Okay,
understand?
don't shit
Okay,
talk
wait,
Marge.
hold
Don't
up,
shit
hold up,
talk
hold up.
Marge. No,
Marge,
no, no.
I would bang.
Dude, listen.
Oh.
No, it's homie, dude.
Homie, bro.
It's like homie.
All right, anyway. All right, listen. Here's my epiphany, okay? So
Yeah.
he makes the plants grow, right?
Uh-huh.
God's a tree. And
Yeah.
he's got one of those fucking, like, the spigots where you shove them in there and then it makes maple syrup come out in Canada. You know those? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's him. He's got a spigot and then he's like a treant from
But if he's a tree, doesn't someone else
Lord
have
of the
to shove-
Zelda rings?
Wait, who's on
What?
spigot duty? Because
Spigot
someone
duty?
has
No,
to
no,
shove
no,
the
he's a-
spigot
That's
in
Jesus.
him.
That's Jesus.
Oh, wait, then where does Mary come in?
Well, that's California.
Yeah, that's California, obviously. Everybody knows that.
Mary is all of California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you not?
Were you
You
not
don't
fucking
understand this?
educated? I swear to God.
I'm not,
I mean,
I'm not religious. I don't. I don't know
Fucking
what to say.
idiots.
Okay, listen.
Yeah, stop
I
stuttering.
went to a Christian school. They taught me they said God is a
Yeah,
tree.
we went to a charter school. Yeah. So we learned lots about religion.
Hey, you remember when I beat the shit out of that one kid with a broom?
Remember?
that was hilarious.
Or no.
No,
Oh, yeah, good name drop there. First and last.
Fucking
No.
what? What's the timestamp?
Remember when
It was 43.
bit your head? Remember when I
Dude,
bit your head?
because okay, all right. Let me take a step back. Worst moment of my 8th grade career. Okay, so this guy's a gerbil. I swear to God, I don't know what. So in 8th grade, I had a track record because I was a piece of shit. I had a track record of biting people. I don't remember why.
You never bit me because I destroyed your shins.
my shit. So one time Jude came into the lunchroom with one of those Hostess
King.
chocolate pies. No, Little Debbie chocolate pies. and it was
King.
Jude's favorite food, I think, or
King.
something like that.
No, I just liked it, and when you ate it, it pissed me off.
No,
'cause
I
I'm
just
like,
liked
yeah,
it. Yes.
I stole it. I took it from him and
Yeah.
I ate it, and then he kicked me in the shin so hard I almost threw up. And I now have, you know how in Ian, you'll know this. You know how in Muay Thai, like the big thing is that they harden their shins, so they kick people and it breaks their legs off. Today I kicked the desk really hard on accident. My shins. I was bleeding and I didn't feel anything at all.
yeah, I saved you.
My shins
Fucking
are
welcome.
indestructible. I don't know.
That's from a full 4 years of you just, ow, and then falling down to the ground
Yeah.
Oh my God! And
No, I gave him 4 years of training in
in
2
3
years.
months, and not
Because-
even. You only kicked me for 3 months, and then I was like, I gotta
Oh, shit.
stop.
Yeah, because you'd come to lunch and you'd take my food, then I kick the shit out of you.
And then I
and
do
you
it again the
still
next
did
day.
it. And then one day, I think that was the day that you're talking about. I kicked you so hard that you just never did it again.
I stopped that day.
Tyler?
Because you kicked me so hard, I was on the verge of tears. But
which one was the worst? Me biting your head, Jude kicking your shins,
Jude,
or the back problem?
The back problem.
The back problem wasn't that the one where you just tackled him?
No.
reason?
So what happened was we were over at Jude's house for his birthday party, and it was like 6 a.m. and I started poking Ian with this broom because I was like, Ian, you gotta wake up, you know. And our friend Tristan was next to us, and I start poking Tristan too. So I thought Ian was asleep. And what ended up happening was I did this for like 15 minutes. I poked Tristan too hard. He got pissed off. He kicked me in the face. I got turned around. And then I just feel an elbow come down in the center of my spine. And it was like my back had exploded. I had gotten 1-2 punched harder than anybody ever has before. I couldn't walk for 2 hours. And I had back problems for a year and a half. I only recently got over them. A year and a half from one little elbow to the spine.
Yeah. Tyler was poking me after a long night of being up. And I was
No, you went
cranky.
to sleep at 1 a.m. I don't want to hear a long night of being up.
I'm not a morning person. All right. And so my minimum
You're not a person in general. What the fuck are you talking about?
My minimum is 8 hours of sleep a night. All right. And so I was running on 5 hours. So I hear this kid come in with an autistic screech.
Oh, I did sound autistic.
He's hootling. He's flipping the lights on and off. All right, and he takes a broom and he shoves it right in between my butt cheeks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
While I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
And so I hear him like withdraw the broom from me after like aggressively poking me in the butt. He starts to tap Tristan, and then I hear Tristan go, "Stop!" And then he kicked him, and I heard Tyler go, "Ah!" And he's on the ground and he's kneeling. And at that moment, I decided it was time to get my revenge. And so I cast aside the blanket, which was over top of me, so the light wasn't getting in my eyes. I cast off the blanket, and I jump off of this bed, which was probably, 4 feet up, because Jude's bed was pretty elevated. And Tyler's on the ground kneeling. And so I jump off the bed, and I elbow Tyler in the center of the back. So, like, full 110-pound kid landing on this other kid with a square, elbow to the back.
Well, and you got to keep in mind, you make it sound like this happened over the course of like 15 seconds, your whole thought process.
No.
This was like, I'm talking, I got kicked, and maybe a second and a half later there was a spine. I almost said there was a spine in my back. There was a
spine.
There was a second.
Thank you. I didn't have one before now. You saved me.
You know how in like The Predator they rip out the people's spines? What if someone started a service in that universe where they're like spine reattachment, and you just have this guy, this guy crawls into the store. He's like, I need a spine, and he's like, what size are you? And he's like, I'm a medium. And he goes in the back, just gets a spine and shoves it down his throat. He's like, all better. He stands up. He's like, whoa, dude.
He's got like a fucking spine down his. I think that's how that works.
A spine dentist.
This is why.
Dude,
this is the moral of the story, everyone. Don't live in Colorado and don't be Jude. Okay.
I'm not.
Because
Jude.
what the hell are you two talking about?
What do you mean?
Spine dentist. What are you talking about?
Spine dentist? You've never heard of fucking spine dentist? You go to your local chiropractor, you get a cleaning on your spine. They cut you open, there's fucking blood everywhere. Gotta clean that shit up, get a Kleenex. Fucking wipe it off, boom, you're done. $5,000. Next thing that they do is they put braces on your spine so that you can't fall over anymore. And what actually ends up happening is that you can't walk anymore because it keeps it straight, so you can't even, you're not flexible anymore. Psycho Mantis, Metal Gear Solid. You know what they do? They give you a toothbrush at the spine dentist, right? And it's supposed to, you're supposed to brush your spine every night 2 times a day, okay? And then
wait,
they
how
tell
do you
that
how do you brush your back at night during the day?
You know bears? They lean up against the trees and they're like, oh yeah.
No, but I'm saying
bears.
I said, how do you brush your back at night? And you said, bears.
Yeah, bears are nocturnal. Come on.
It's like, you ever see Smokey the Bear? I'll have he brushed his back 6 times a day. That's how he was so clean.
What if
that guy is addicted to cigarettes?
What if the whole time Smokey the Bear,
the Bear was actually a raging alcoholic?
He started this whole thing about not starting forest fires because one time.
I'm sorry.
What if he was the one setting the forest fires?
every time people in Hollywood try to promote something, it's because they cause it. Okay.
They did like.
You mean like that? You mean like the ASPCA like
the guy
dog
from the
abuse?
Martian. What the guy from the Martian? What's his name?
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. When you see Matt
Jason
Damon
Bourne?
on one of those commercials where he's like,
Jesus Christ.
Stella, we'll give water to Africa. You know that he goes to Africa and he like knocks cans of water out of little African children's.
He's like, you thought I was gonna bring you water? This is my water.
He's like,
this
you want water?
this is
Open your mouth, and then
water.
he pees in their mouths.
He's like, open your mouth and close your eyes.
Don't worry,
and
I
you will
stay
get a
well.
big
I stay well
surprise."
hydrated. It's fine. Not much urea.
It's 96%.
Trust me, I had to live on Mars. It's
I grew
sterile.
potatoes out of
with
my
own
shit.
shit.
Oh, and my teammates shit too. That was fun.
I wonder whose was the most fertile. I want
I
to
bet.
say it was that one chick. So you know the captain chick lady, dude.
Yeah, definitely. I agree there.
She looked like she had some fertile shit.
No,
Oh,
that
yeah,
German guy. That German guy, though.
A German guy.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's a
Maybe.
German guy.
There's a
Yeah,
there's a
he's there
German
for
guy.
like 5
No,
seconds.
no. If it's
In the book-
if it's
in the book,
anything-
it was
if
a
it's
German guy.
anything like the pandas, there's no way his is the most fertile.
Oh, that's true.
There's no way.
Have you attempted to grow crops with the panda poo?
I was thinking about it.
Where do you think bamboo comes from?
It's actual hardened panda shit. So they.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
No,
all.
it's-
You
no,
know,
no, 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 no.
rhinoceros.
You guys
they have
don't know
the-
what the
they-
hell
they
you're
sh-
talking
they
about.
shit, they
This
build
is
a
why you
bamboo.
do not be Jude or live in Colorado, because everybody knows, everybody in China, everybody in the whole world knows that bamboo comes from panda boners. All right, back when
Listen,
pandas used to
I
roam the
saw
world,
my panda-
they
I
owned.
saw
They
and I saw
owned
and
the
sucked my
earth,
panda's dick.
and
You
what
know
they
you're
do
talking
is
about.
they
It
chop
was
up. They're
too
like
small.
sharks.
It was
They
too
have
small.
teeth.
It could not-
Sharks.
You know,
Not
shit.
speaking of panda
Not
shit,
been a bamboo.
I think this is gonna be a perfect end for this podcast.
No, wait,
so,
I have to ask you one question.
Okay.
all right, what's that? I will allow you one question, one phone call.
Should I go over to this girl's house, get high, and watch Disney's Fantasia with her?
Why the hell not?
All right, cool.
I told you that already. I don't know.
Your opinion doesn't matter to me in any way, shape, or form.
All right, well, you're fired. So thanks for tuning in to
no,
a bunch of videos podcast.
no.
So that was me and Ian. Tyler's fired now, so you won't be seeing him anymore. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gay, so I just said that. Actually, how many times did I say it last time?
Wait.
Did I say it
I think
like
just
4?
once.
What?
No, you said it 4 times. You said
Yeah,
it 4
okay.
times.
So do that times 4. You know the whole deal. We make more accounts. Just do it as many times as I say it. I can mute your audio. They can't hear any of this right now. So that has been it. I will see you guys next time. See you later. Hey, you're an idiot. There's no way that's true because you're stupid. There's no fucking way I'm stupid. You're stupid.
I
You're
don't
the idiot.
like
You're
frogs.
chicken wings. No fuck. Shut the fuck up. I think you're stupid, idiot. About $1.
Suck my dick.
$2.
But you don't
put
know
my
what that
mouth
means,
in your
idiot.
dick. Yeah. Well, you're dumb.